على عباده الذين اصطفى أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض وأنزل من السماء ماء فأخرج به من الثمرات رزقا لكم وسخر لكم الفلك لتجري في البحر بأمره وسخر لكم الأنهار وسخر لكم الشمس والقمر دائبين وسخر لكم الليل والنهار وآتاكم من كل ما سألتموه وإن تعدوا نعمة الله لا تحصوها إن الإنسان لظلوم كفار صدق الله العظيم وبلغنا رسوله النبي الكريم ونحن على ذلك من الشاهدين والشاكرين والحمد لله رب العالمين. Isha will be inshallah 9:15 from tomorrow. Nobody is left, right? I think everybody is here still. Isha will be 9:15 from tomorrow inshallah. Surah Ibraheem. Allahu alladhi khalaqa samawati wal ard. Allah is the one who has created out of nothing samawat and ard, heavens and the earth. Wa anzala minas samai ma'a. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who has sent down water from the sky. فَأَخْرَجَ بِهِ مِنَ الثَّمَرَاتِ رِزْقًا لَكُمْ. And then brought forth with it, through the water that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends down, الثَّمَرَاتِ, produce, رِزْقًا لَكُمْ, which is sustenance for you. So here in this ayah Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned some of his very grand blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has done to every single one, and there is no difference between even the Muslims and Kuffar. This is something that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has out of his mercy given to everyone. Allah is the one who has created the skies. Allah is the one who has created the earth. Allah is the one who sends down from the sky the water through which the vegetation, fruits, all sorts of produce come forth from the earth. So these are the ni'am of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that is for everyone. Allah created the sky and Allah created the earth, and then Allah created a relationship between them through which certain other ni'am, certain other blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, certain other bounties and favors of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they are produced and you use them. The sky and the earth work in such a system that the water cycle keeps on going, and then the water that comes down on the earth, that produces vegetation and fruits for you and all sorts of produce for you, so that you use it. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ الْفُلْكَ لِتَجْرِيَ فِي الْبَحْرِ بِأَمْرِهِ. And then Allah's pointing towards one unique blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is that fulk. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given under your control ships. لِتَجْرِيَ فِي الْبَحْرِ بِأَمْرِهِ. So that they may sail in the sea with the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's such a thing that it's again very unique in its creation, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala taught the human being to build something which is going to be big, and it is going to float on something very light and very very fluid, which is water. And through that the system of the world is going to go on, is going to keep on going. Allah. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ الْأَنْهَارِ. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has subjugated for you, given under your control, the rivers. And this is again, if you think about it, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created the system of the running water, with which we don't only get water, but we fulfill so many of our needs. We fulfill our needs of food, we fulfill our needs of produce, we fulfill our needs of irrigation, we fulfill our needs of power. All of that happens through the rivers that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made to flow without any charge, without any cost, and given it under our control. We control it, we control the flow, we alter the flow and use it to our benefit. So all of these things that we sometimes take for granted. The flowing of the water itself, we talk about the water, the way Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made it a fluid and it flows. that also is a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that you start thinking about and you see that what a great mechanism, what a system Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made, and how all the pieces have been placed with their perfect useful properties. If the water did not flow, it could not have done what it does for us. So all of these things we should ponder about. All the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, very few Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is mentioning here. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ الشَّمْسَ وَالْقَمَرَ دَائِبَيْنِ, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has subjugated for you the sun and the moon. Da'ibain, both of them are moving constantly. وَسَخَّرَ لَكُمُ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has subjugated for you the day and the night. What's the meaning of subjugation here? The Shams, the Qamar, the sun, the moon, the night, the day, they are not under our control. That as if we cannot change, but Allah has put them to our benefit. Allah has made them in such a way that Allah has given us the wisdom, the intellect, and what we see and what we observe in relation to these things, we use it to our benefit. So that is also a blessing of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, وَآتَاكُم مِّن كُلِّ مَا سَأَلْتُمُوهُ, whatever you asked, we gave it to you. Whatever you asked, we gave it to you. And the reality is, the real meaning of this ayah is that we gave you much beyond what you could have ever asked. What you could have ever asked. Because no human intellect could have asked Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make, we could not, even if you wanted to make, even if you wanted something to be made to order, it could not, we could not have come up with such a perfect, such a beautiful plan, such a beautiful system. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying that we gave you everything that you could have asked, or whatever you needed, or whatever was your need, Allah already gave it to you. Allah already placed it for you. وَإِن تَعُدُّوا نِعْمَةَ اللَّهِ لَا تُحْصُوهَا, keep counting, you try your best to count, you put all the human beings, all the resources available to you, all the computers, all those things you put them to use, still you will not be able to count the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And if a person thinks about it, even from within ourselves, the blessings that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, these are things that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned about outside of ourselves. If we start thinking about our own 5 foot, 6 foot body, we start thinking about it, there's so many things we can, the experts have been counting and they are continuing to count, but they will never be able to completely count the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that are going on within ourselves. Then think about the calamities that could have happened, the things that could have happened, and Allah is protecting us every single moment of our life from those calamities. Then when somebody is done with those things, then we can start thinking about things that are outside of us. So there is simply no chance that we could count all the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Innal insana la zalumun kaffar. But the thing is that the human being, it's zalum and kaffar. Zalum is the superlative of zalim, superlative of injustice. It's unfair. The person who is not fair is called zalim. Insan, the human being, is zalum, the superlative of zalim, the superlative of unjust. Kaffar, the superlative of ungrateful. Kufr literally means being ungrateful. Innal insana la zalumun kaffar. If you compare the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and think how much we are thanking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by way of our deeds, by way of our submission, by way of our words, we cannot do it. But the mercy of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala again is, there's a narration about Hazrat Sayyidina Dawood ala nabiyina alayhi salatu wassalam, that he said to Allah that, Ya Allah, I have realized that the kind of thanks that you deserve, I cannot even begin to give it to you. So Allah said to him that this realization and this acceptance we accept from you as thanks. So our only submitting to this fact and understanding this, that Ya Allah, the blessings that you have done, we cannot even begin to thank you fully for it. Even that realization, Allah is so merciful that Allah accepts this from us and takes it and accepts it. Allah. So the other meaning here is that think about the mercies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and think about what you do. What Allah does to you and what do you do, how do you react to those things? How do you return? How do you return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? Do you return back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with gratefulness and submission and acceptance? Or do you turn away and you use the same blessings that Allah has given to you, the one who has given it to you, you use those blessings to disobey Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And that the ultimate fact is that our disobedience, our ungratefulness, it does not matter to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It does not make even the tiniest, the slightest difference to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If we are thankful, it is for us. If we are grateful, if we are believing, if we believe, it is only for the benefit of our own selves. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us the people who believe and fulfill the command of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us those who think about the creations of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and become even more believing and grateful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ربنا تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم وصلى الله تعالى على خير خلق سيدنا مولانا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين.